Welcome back to Crazy Ball TV, everyone. Thank you again to joining us on another edition. Today, we're just gonna preview the entire EPL season. I got my man, Frank. Frank, say what's up to the peeps.
All right, guys. Good to see you, viewers. Got some great information. So let's get it, Archie.
All right, let's go. I mean, you see the man, what he's allegiance to. He's wearing the yellow blue. I don't even think Chelsea wear yellow blue, but hey.
You haven't seen the new jerseys then. It's yellow and black coming in our number 2 jersey.
The number 2 jersey?
Number 3. Yeah.
Okay. And right now, I know Chelsea fans are buzzing. They think that this league, everybody should just pack up because the league is theirs. I don't know why. It's just Lukaku. I mean, but anyway, today we're gonna just preview the season. We're gonna talk about both Chelsea, Liverpool, and we'll sprinkle a little bit of the other teams and see what they have and what they don't have. I'm really excited about this season. How about you, Frank?
I'm excited as well. Just now actually getting these signings in that we need, especially we still have the defender that we're trying to work out, but the striker position is something that we needed. This was a desperate need. So I'm excited. I'm excited for the season. This is going to be a good one, a competitive one too. Not like last year, for sure.
Oh no, for sure. This year, I mean, everybody had the preseason. I mean, there were a lot of tournaments around, but everybody had preseason. People are prepped. The season is actually starting tomorrow as we speak. It's starting tomorrow. I mean, for some reason, I'm thinking it started like next week, but it started tomorrow. I'm buzzing. So what are you looking out for the season?
I mean, more trophies. Can I say less? I believe this year, yet again, Champions League was a great trophy for us to win last season, but I think this year we all know Premier League title or bust. That's it. We don't have any other options. So I'm excited to put some more trophy in the cabinet. We won the Super Cup, it's a good way to start off the season with some trophy, and hopefully that'll keep the team still motivated.
And this is you guys who are third time is the charm, and you finally got one. So congratulations.
Thank you. We won't talk about that penalty shootout last year. Our last 2 years. So
every single time you guys got there, it's always a penalty shootout. I guess Liverpool too. Yeah, Adrian.
Yeah. Tammy. Yeah.
Was he even playing this year?
He didn't know.
No, it was Odoi, right?
Yeah, Hudson-Odoi was playing.
Yeah, he played wing back. That was surprising.
Yeah, I think he wants to utilize him kind of like what we did with Victor Moses, who's very attack minded, but try to sharpen up his defensive, because I mean I think we'll switch it up though. The way we're playing right now, I don't think that's going to be consistent. So
I mean, you think Tuchel's going to keep the 3-4-3, or you think he's going to go back 4?
I think he might go back 4 and maybe do a 4-4-2 that suits Lukaku, or maybe do a 4-2-3-1. Because Lukaku is able to play as a lone striker, but if we're trying to dominate the game, I definitely think it'd be best for him to play the 4-4-2. Teams are starting to really figure out the old formation, and I mean, don't get me wrong, we won a Champions League with it, but you got to refreshen it up when you bring in new players into the squad.
He's gonna keep talking about winning the Champions League that they got.
Hey, but I'm not. I told you, I'm talking about this all year, all season long.
No, you gotta enjoy it. You gotta enjoy it. Yeah. We told people it feels sweet. It feels different. You come out with your chest up. Champions League is different, But what do you think about your signings this year?
Relatively, I mean, we didn't really sign anybody other than Lukaku. But
you're looking at is it Koundé?
We're looking at Koundé. I definitely think that would be a great signing, but Trevor Chalobah. I mean,
I was impressed.
The performance that he showcased, yes,
I was impressed.
There's no reason to go out and spend money if you have it right in front of you. We let go of Gay to Crystal Palace, if I'm saying his name correctly, which was also a head scratcher. So I'm like, you know what? Like, let these youngins shine, give them an opportunity.
And I'm glad this is coming from a Chelsea fan, because this is a fan who has his owner has money who could buy anybody he wants to. But yet this Chelsea fan is telling Liverpool fans, listen to what I said. If you already got the players, why go waste the money and buy somebody else? Just focus on what you have, because I'll talk about Liverpool a little bit. The fans are losing their mind because we haven't had any sign. And it's always the owners don't want to spend money. But the thing is, we have the most important signing in Liverpool right now. It's Klopp. And he's the one who decides who comes in. Right now, Liverpool has a situation where we have too many non-homegrown players. And all the players that we are looking at are non-homegrown. So we can't buy anybody. If you buy somebody, you have to put somebody on loan. Now, if people realize that you are desperate, guess what? They're going to lowball you. They're even going to tell you, you need to pay for the salary while the person is on loan playing for another team. You see what I'm saying? So in terms of Liverpool, first thing we did, the most important part that we needed was a center back, and we got Konate. So we're taking care of the business. Right now, anything that we bring in is just to supplement the core that we already have. And our team is so strong. I mean, I've been watching the preseason game. Have you been watching your preseason game?
Yeah, I've been focusing a lot on preseason just because we didn't have one last year. Right. So relatively to see us doing it now, I wanted to see, Ross Barkley, Drinkwater, those players coming back from those long loans, Batshuayi, just to see, okay, did they up their game, or is this, can they save us money? So yeah, just being able to really see these new signings come in and actually have a preseason. It's exciting to see, because it shows us how far we are and where we can go at the end of the day.
No, I like that, because same thing that I did. I didn't care about, this is probably the only preseason that they care about if we win or lose. I just want to see the performance, right? Yeah. There's a couple of people that all the Liverpool fans probably wanted out, i.e. Keita, because he's never fit. Ox, same thing, never fit. Yeah. Minamino, it can't figure out what we're trying to play, right? Origi and Shaqiri. Origi, he's been there forever, but it seems like he chooses when he wants to play or he doesn't want to play. And it's very frustrating because we know there's a talent out there. Shaqiri also can't stay fit. But watching it, for me, there's a couple of kids that stood out. We have this kid, 18-year-old named Elliott, Harvey Elliott. We got him from Fulham at like 16, sent him on loan last year. And then we have this brand new kid, this kid named Gordon. Like, I don't like to give praises for the kids, because then if they don't get to where you want them to be, then everybody start piling all that pressure on them. So I'll give them a little bit of props. But we have a kid named Gordon. If that kid development goes right, he's going to be a very special kid to look at, right? Yeah. But I would say Keita has been the player for me. Like, this whole preseason has been like, okay, where was this guy 3 years, a year ago? And this guy's been playing he's playing exactly like how Klopp wanted him to play. He's physical. He goes up front. He comes back. He presses very well. He doesn't lose the ball in dangerous places, and the game recycle around him like we used to do with Gini. And the thing with Keita is even more skillful than, in terms of skill, he's more skillful than Gini was, But in terms of looking at the team, it's like Klopp said, I have everything that I want. If we want somebody, we will buy. But as a fan, I know we need a minimum at least 2 players. Just to.
In what positions?
So we need to replace Gini's position. So we need a midfielder. And then also we need an attacker. Now, personally, I want an out-and-out striker. Somebody who just scores goals. You see what I mean? Somebody, not a wing back or I say wing back, a forward winger or like another Mane or Salah type. No, I want somebody who could put the ball in the back of the net. I want a predator who could be just sniffing the 18 box every single time the ball goes forward. That's what I want. Nope. But looking at You know
So
that?
so
Yeah.
Mbappe is still on your radar, right?
No, Mbappe is coming. I don't know why people are surprised. You heard okay. Mbappe can. Why would Mbappe go to Madrid?
Oh my God!
Explain to me why Mbappe will go to Madrid. He already told him he's not going to sign.
Why would he leave?
He said, I'm not signing. So either he goes for free
with
next
PSG?
year. Yeah, he said, I'm not signing. He said, I'm not signing. Messi
I mean, yet again,
Messi,
that can always.
You see what I mean? His goal is he wants to
that
go
could
to
change.
True, it could change. After the game, the season start, you might be like, oh, But the thing is, if he wins the Champions League with them, why stay?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And also, Madrid is broke.
Yeah.
They're broker than Barca, except nobody talks about Madrid. So why would you go there?
Yeah.
They just sold Varane for cheap. Ramos is gone. So personally,
the whole defense is gone.
Thank you. You see what I mean? But Mbappe will be there. That's why we haven't bought anybody, because we need to ship Origi and Shaqiri and one more person.
Yeah, but how are you guys going to ship them? Nobody wants to buy those players off you. I for sure thought Shaqiri was going to have a lot of suitors after the World Cup, but doesn't look like anyone's interested in buying him either.
We have Leon that is actually agreed terms with Shaqiri, but they negotiating with Liverpool right now, and they are seriously lowballing because they know we want him out.
Yeah,
we're trying to get 15 million euros. They're trying to give us 6.
Yeah, it looks like you're gonna have to meet them in the middle. There's no way you're gonna get them off for 15.
I say let him go for 8. Let him go for 8. We got him for 4. Let him go for 8. You get your money back. You know what I mean? Origi, send him out, because right now we need players who are going to be consistent with us, right? So, but in terms of your team, what are the concerns that you worry
about? For me, relatively, I'll definitely say a concern I'm worried about is a suitor for N'Golo Kante. That's something that I continuously come across my mind, because he, yet again, even though he's a world-class player, he's getting older. And when he's, knock on wood that he doesn't suffer any injuries, but when he does, that changes our whole dynamic. Yet again, we don't have a player like him on the team. So Kovacic, Jorginho coming in, we're losing a step. So that's where my concern is, to during January, we need to find a suitor for that position. And I mean, defense, Rudiger and Thiago, they're both getting older as well. But, Andres Christensen had a great World Cup display. If Trevor Chalobah keeps playing the way he's playing, that's going to be great. And if we do get Koundé in, which it sounds like it is from the reports, we're fine on the defense. I think we have a young defense, but at the same time, a defense that can definitely learn and build a lot of experience from the team, from the players there now, so then they can take over the dynasty. But for me, I'll definitely say number one position that we need to figure out how to correct is N'Golo Kante's position.
Yeah, with me, I'm more concerned about us not scoring enough goals. That is my concern. That's why
why though? I mean, you guys have, you have Salah, you have Sadio Mane, you have Diego Jota, you guys just brought in. Where's the concern on the goals?
The reason why I tell you that is because most teams that played against us will park the bus, even your team, right? So one thing that ever since we lost Coutinho is we lost that little magician that could go through defense. Now that we have our center backs back, I know Thiago could do that. So that part, I'm not that concerned. But the thing is, Liverpool, Salah, Mane, and Bobby, they waste a lot of goals.
Yeah.
So if, knock on wood, say Jota or somebody's injured, then those 3 are just those 3. Nobody's putting pressure on them. So even last year when our center backs were injured, it wasn't the defense that was the problem. Yes, the defense was a problem because we couldn't play the way we wanted to play. But when the ball was up top, nobody was putting the ball in the back of the net.
Yeah.
So I mean, so that is my concern, that because Liverpool game is all based on attack. And if the goals are not coming in, a lot of times the players can get a little bit, low on confidence and things like that. So that is my concern. But looking at the the preseason that we went through, I'm impressed with the build-up play, the movement of the team without the ball, the defensive structure. The midfielders are literally workhorse with skill this time. You know, Javi Elliott is a kid with a lot of skill. So is Keita, you know. So Fabinho's back, Thiago's back, and I mean the team is stuck by itself. The problem is, most of them always get those little injuries, so it could be very frustrating for us. But like I said, my concern is us scoring more goals. If we start scoring goals, then any team that we play, it's done. I mean, but we're not talking about that. What other team? Oh, you want to say something?
Well, I just wanted to, say now, since we're on the topic of Liverpool, what do you think they need?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the pundits aren't showing your team any respect. I mean, they're literally saying right now that your team's coming in fourth place, guaranteed. Like they're putting Manchester United over you guys as well. The biggest concerns that they're saying right now for your team is that your defense. You don't know how. Your shaky defense is going to be. Is Van Dijk going to come back super healthy? And Robertson is injured as well. So it's question marks there. Who else is that center back that plays right next to Van Dijk? It's
Matip and Gomez.
Not Matip. Gomez. They're injury prone as well. Yeah, they're injury prone as well. So. Does that not seem like a conflict when you're looking at that position?
Honestly, I'm gonna tell you this: some of these pundits are idiots. They know Liverpool. These pundits like to rile the fans up. They know Liverpool haven't done too much anything in the transfer window, right? So it's easy to say something and then rile the fans up. But I think that what they are not taking into consideration is like this year we got 5 center backs. Plus Fabinho. So technically we got 6, right? Our center backs, forget about Gomez and Van Dijk. Like I've been saying on all my videos, Van Dijk is not going to be 100%. Nobody's ever 100% back. He was not going to be at his full Van Dijk self until January. Because that injury is a serious injury. He's been gone for 9 months, right?
Yeah.
Gomez is probably going to take him a little bit long. Now we got Matip. The reason why people love about Matip is when he gets injured and he comes back, this is the guy who doesn't need playing time. As soon as he comes in, he's ready to go. Konate is literally like a hybrid between Matip and Van Dijk. So this year, our center back it's like we are going to play how Liverpool play. Now, if we stay fit, the center backs don't have to worry because guess what? We are always on the attack.
Yeah.
How many times you see Liverpool sit back?
I mean, I can't really recall. Yeah,
exactly.
No, can't really.
You know what I mean? And the thing is, all our center backs have speed. Konate has a lot of speed. As a matter of fact, to me, I think that's a little bit of his concern is he relies too much on his speed. So when he loses the ball, he can always track back. But EPL, everybody got speed. See what I mean? But then nobody's giving us any love, but that's how Liverpool we like it. We like to be the underdog.
Yeah.
We could have the best team and we're still the underdog. And then bam, we go 20 games unbeaten and everybody will like, oh my God, they're back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But what are other teams that you think is gonna be like you give them a little bit of side eye and a little respect? I'll say just use the word respect. What's team out there you're gonna give respect? RESPK.
I mean, are we still talking about like in the EPL? Or are we talking about the whole
EPL?
League?
Forget about everybody.
EPL, I mean, Man City, of course. I mean, even though Kevin De Bruyne and Phil Foden are suffering some injuries right now, that's not to me. That team is still strong. They just brought in Jack Grealish. Jack Grealish is a player they don't have. He's a player that can attract two players towards him, so that opened up space for other players to perform. So Man City for sure. If they get Kane, I don't know. I just don't even want to think about that. But right now, definitely say Man City. Manchester United, they made some great signings. I'm not gonna lie. Jadon Sancho is definitely a player they don't have, and then bringing Varane next to Maguire, that is going to be a pretty solid defense because Varane is already experienced. He comes with athleticism. He's tall. He's fast. I think he's the best partner available for Maguire. So I think their defense is going to be pretty solid. But yet again, they don't have any strikers. Cavani's old, so that to me, I'm not too concerned. Liverpool, you guys, always going to be there. I have question marks because you guys didn't make any signings. Usually that's not when you see that for teams, that's usually not the best move, but you guys lost players last year. So these players coming back relatively look like they're new signings to begin with. Yeah. And Leicester City isn't going away. Leicester City isn't going away. They won the FA. They won the Community Shield versus Man City, even though Man City played basically their B team or second team, but they are fighting. Brendan Rodgers is finding a way to get these players performing. And if they can sell James Maddison and get another player in, they're getting more money into their pockets as well. So Leicester City is a team to watch out for. Other than that, I don't really see any other teams that are going to shock me unless we have a team from that moved up from the championship that supposedly is going to be like Leeds or something like that. But other than that, I think it's going to be a top 4 race all the way to the end. Any team that slacks off, they're not catching up.
And this is what I believe, that if City start the way they started last year, they're not going to catch up. Because I don't want to make praise and false praises on ourselves, but we were literally winning the league by December, and then everything fell off, and then everybody caught up. But with me, City, you're right. City, you got to look at City, but at the same time, my eyes on City is nothing has changed. It's just the same thing. And the reason why is because they don't have a striker yet. Now, if you get Kane, now I'm looking at you different. You see what I mean? Now, Chelsea, Lukaku is a big signing. That's what I won't even consider him a big signing. He's just coming home, right? And Lukaku do very well in what they call a flat tie bully. All the small teams, he's going to score.
Yeah.
The big teams is the one that because those defenders don't give him a chance for him to do what he wants to do. So big games, he normally don't show up, but the small games which affected you guys a lot last year. Honestly, Man U, and it's not because of the rivalry. I believe they will make top 4, but I don't think they're going to do anything, because this is the thing that people don't get. And I'll give you 2 teams. Liverpool and City have shown you guys, look, we don't buy players just for the sake of buying.
Yeah.
And Chelsea just did that, knowing that we're not going to spend a whole lot of money to buy a bunch of players because we can. No, we just need one person who's going to put us up to the next level. Yeah. Right? Man U don't have that because their players still hasn't gelled yet.
Yeah.
Fernandes and Pogba still don't know how they can play together.
Yeah.
Now you bring it in, what's his name? Sancho. Sancho, yeah, he's a talent, but Sancho hasn't played in the EPL since when?
Yeah, it's been a couple of years now.
A couple of games, yeah, he's going to show his skill because the man has the talent. But, EPL, they figure you up pretty quick.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Yes, Varane in the back, that works for them. So their defense, I'm expecting their defense to be strong.
Yeah, but way better than it was last year.
Last year, exactly. But the issue is, one, they still have the same coach. You see what I mean? They still have the same coach. That same coach, he didn't figure out the Pogba Fernandes dichotomy.
Yeah.
So that's why I still don't. They need a DM for them to be able to be, okay, now you are in the big league. But then it's just they have a good 11. They don't have a team.
Yeah, they don't. I mean, the players coming off the bench don't scare anybody. Yeah. I mean, you look at Chelsea's team, the bench could be basically their own 11 and could probably make top 6. So I think that's where a lot of teams are not understanding is, say one of those players gets injured, that changes the whole dynamic of the team.
Yeah.
There's not another player who can come in and suit that. I mean, if Jesse Lingard is playing the same way he played with West Ham, okay,
But that's not going to happen.
no,
Martial is
yeah,
not doing well. Cavani, eventually injury is going to kick in.
yeah.
Rashford he will come in, but Rashford goal scoring is not scary. Yeah, he runs fast. But, but the team that I would tell people need to watch out is Aston Villa. Aston Villa has everything. Yes, they lost
Grealish.
Grealish, but the players they replace him with, if they have all coached well, I'm not saying they're going to break into top 4, but I'm saying they're going to cause a lot of the top 4 teams, or a lot of teams that are going to make to the top 2 or top 1, a lot of problems. So watch out for Aston Villa. Leeds is going to do what Leeds does.
Definitely.
Leicester is going to be there about same thing. I don't see nothing different with Leicester.
Yeah.
Arsenal and Tottenham. I'm not. Do we need to talk about them?
The funny thing is about it is I'm walking down in my downtown area, and I have a Gunner fan who want to scream out of his car, "Chelsea sucks." I mean, just the comedy from hearing that from him, it just made me laugh. I was just like, you guys continue to keep hoping and wishing and dreaming for your old ways to come back, but it's just
and the funny
too late.
And the funny thing is, Arsenal started this whole thing. Everybody was Arsenal, and then all of a sudden, the only thing they got was, recognizable was Ben White.
Yeah.
Now Ben White, remember, people don't get, he's a good player, but he's stepping up. He's in a big fish now. He's in a big pond now. So let's see what they do. Tottenham, Santos, what's his name? The coach from Wolves, he's coaching them now. I forgot his name.
Yeah. But I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. And he's a pretty good coach. So I'm expecting him to coach them very well. However, this year the teams are deep, man. Yeah, Liverpool did not buy that many players, but the teams that we already have are deep. If we stay out of injury, we good. You know what I mean? But let's what else? I'm gonna ask you top 4, no particular way.
Top 4?
Yeah. No particular way. Just pick the teams.
Chelsea, Man City, Liverpool, Man United.
Same, just like last year. That to me, that's why some of these pundits are talking. I'm like, dude, no team is gonna clock 90 points. If somebody clock 90 points, you have to tip your hat to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's gonna be very, very close for a very long time. At least the top 4 is gonna be very close till probably February, and then around March, you see 2 teams pull away. You know what I mean? But now the big one. Who's going to be champion?
Who's going to be Premier League champions? If I got to put an if there. If Man City doesn't sign Harry Kane, then we'll be Premier League champions. Because literally, if you look at our squad right now, what we are missing and what we have been missing is goals. If Lukaku can get us 20 plus goals, we'll win the championship, guaranteed. That's all we need from him. I mean, at the moment with the team we have and the experience we have and the high that we're on right now, if we can continue to ride that, and Lukaku can come in and cement that position we've been missing. And it's been every season, I like to think that when these things happen, stars align. Every season that we have brought in an old player, we have won the Premier League. 2014-15, we brought Drogba back, we won the Premier League. 2016-17, when we brought David Luiz back, we won the Premier League. So
well, this year is going to be different because Liverpool is not allowing you to win nothing. You might win a Carling Cup or Cup or something. Winning all this. And this is why I'm going to, and I like the fact that everybody, you see, most of these fans are focusing on the signing that they made. The signing has to make sense.
Yeah.
If it's just based on spending the money and making signings, then Tottenham should be winning. Remember when Bale left and they signed like 14 new players?
Yeah, I mean
what happened?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know what. Yeah, I mean, Tottenham got trigger happy. I don't know why they thought they could bring all these different players together and just make it work. You know, when you yet again, like what you say, when you're spending money, the signings need to make sense. You don't just go. You don't just go and build a new team and then expect them to just work like that.
Yeah.
We saw that issue a little bit arising with us when we brought in those 4 or 5 players, but yet again,
it took them a while to adjust, right?
It did. It definitely did. But then, you know, we brought in another coach with a different style, with a little bit more experience, and he was able to put them in the right positions. They're still learning, you know, they're still figuring out what position works best. And
that's to me, that's why Chelsea is not going to win. That is the reason why Chelsea is not going to, because they're not ready yet. Tuchel has moved them up compared to Frank, right?
Yeah.
But now you're going to be competing against Pep and Klopp. And if those two coaches team, if Pep right now doesn't have a striker, if Kane goes there, it's going to be something else. This season, I mean, the whole season itself is going to be rough. Everybody thinking, oh, just because we bought a Lukaku or we bought Kane, it's just going to go. We're going to go through it. Now, look at these teams, man. Right now is literally top 8.
Yeah.
Arsenal barely made top 8. Tottenham barely got in there, right?
Yeah.
Now, I'll give Arsenal some respect because because this year they have no Euro. They're just going to practice and play. Training, and then just play. Unless when FA Cup and those sort of tournaments starts. But honestly, I'm making it thin for my team is because our team is experienced. We've done it before. Last year, we were on our way to do it again until that injury thing happened, right? Now, the concern, yes, if they get injured again, then you're done.
Yeah.
But however, we're not going to get that same type of injuries that we did last year again this year. So that make our team, because if we go player to player with any team, how many of your players will beat our players? Right now, the only with Lukaku, maybe.
Yeah.
Goalie, you don't have better goalie. Your back four is not better than our back four. If everybody's midfield. Yeah. Kante, you could say Kante versus Fabinho.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
I mean, most people would pick N'Golo over Fabinho if you're looking at it from player to player. Mason Mount.
Against who?
I mean, he can come in and do a better job than Henderson.
He could do better attacking job, but what Henderson does, Mason Mount can't do.
Yeah, but Henderson is past his prime, man. It's time for you guys to move on. You guys keep keeping the dust in the closet.
Well,
how long is it going to be until you guys move on players and start to rebuild? Because look at it, you guys literally might have 2-3 years. If you guys don't make some new signings to fill those roles, I mean, you're just going to have a whole bunch of old players.
Well, that's why the owners didn't want to give Gini what he wanted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The owners see that. They're like, dude, Klopp is almost at his final years. He needs to replenish the team. Now, the owners are looking at it like, no, even right now you heard about the Henderson contract issue. It's the same thing as the Gini one. If he doesn't take what the owners give him, he's going to leave for free. And he got 2 more years.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? Klopp is going to replenish it. He's not going to buy the players that I want or all the fandom want because Chelsea just bought, Lukaku. He's going to go find that diamond in the rough and say, I'm going to make him a superstar.
Yeah.
Right now we are being linked with Doku from Belgium. He's like the spinning image of Mane.
Yeah.
Speed,
I mean,
he's a speedster, dribbler. It's just like
he needs some composure though.
Exactly.
He does have blood that rushes to his head sometimes, and he makes rash decisions.
Yes. So with him, if you bring him with Klopp and Klopp have 2 years with him, that's literally another money you got right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So with the fandom, they did sometimes some of them be talking like this is FIFA manager mode or something. Just go buy this man, and I'm like, dude, it doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
There's a way we made all this money. Yeah. What about all the operating costs? Who's gonna pay for that?
Yeah.
Liverpool at the moment, we are self-sustainable. We don't need our owners to give us money to buy players anymore. Yes, they have to say they make the final decisions, but we are not Chelsea, we're not City.
Yeah.
And still we challenging all these top clubs with all this money. But honestly, hey, Frank, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm excited about tomorrow. Arsenal's playing tomorrow. They're playing who they play? Brentford.
What time is that game?
I think it's at 8 p.m. British, so 12 p.m. hours time.
Okay.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I've been working on my fantasy team right now. I need to finish it early so I could win some money.
Yes, I had to go get a new sound bar and everything for my TV because I'm like, this year I'm going to be blasting it.
This season, enjoy the season because you have to be game to game. You have to enjoy it because the banter is going to be real.
Yeah.
If Chelsea lose and you come back here, oh my goodness.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if I look at it, did I want Haaland? I definitely wanted Haaland. Mm-hmm. If I look at the striker position, because I could see Haaland could be there for 10 plus years. Mm-hmm. But if we're getting somebody right now who has Premier League experience, who can come in and hit the ground running, we got the best striker out there on the market other than Harry Kane. So
Haaland is not for sure he's going to stay 10 years. Haaland will give you 3 and he's moving on to Barca or Madrid. That's always been their game plan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And this year,
if they can afford him though, because at the end of the day, if they start bringing in money, if we keep him for 3 years, his value is going to keep going up.
But you see, Raiola put a clause on the contract saying you're not going to charge him what you want. Look what he's doing with Dortmund. He's not going anywhere this year, so Dortmund is just going to make 75 mil on it.
I mean, that sounds stupid. 175 million. You're gonna lose 100 million just to keep him for 1 more year. I mean, that's money you can already make. 75 million. You can make that in the Champions League, or make a good amount of money. But right now, to bring in 175 million into your club, you're gonna have to pay Raiola. You're gonna have to pay some
40 million. We gotta pay Raiola 40 million. The reason why they don't want to pay that is because next year, all the agent fee is going to be 10%.
Yeah.
And then they're looking at how much will Champions League cost them.
Yeah.
Champions League, if they make it to the knockout stage, they're making that money back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think they did the cost analysis. It's the same thing with the Sancho thing. They would have made 120 last year.
Yeah.
But this year, they just make like 90 or something like that.
Yeah, off him, yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, hey, my guy, thank you so much for joining us. Guys, please share, subscribe, like, notification bell, Liverpool, we're winning this. Don't be surprised on August 31st, you hear Mbappe is coming to Liverpool. I'm just saying. Right. I'm just saying, you don't know, because he sees there's nothing for him at Madrid. Madrid needs to rebuild the whole team just for him.
Yeah.
And they don't have the money.
Yeah.
Why go there? Madrid doesn't have money for about 2-3 years until Super League starts. So
that's his dream. That's his dream, though.
You can always dream later. 28 going to go play over there. Right now, come to Liverpool, let the club, teach you a few things so you can. But hey, I'm very excited for you guys getting Lukaku back.
Appreciate that.
I hope he does well. But Liverpool right now, to me, I see our team so strong. The only thing that's going to hit us like last time was a pandemic and a whole bunch of series of injuries that came from nowhere. But guys, thank you so much. As I said, do not forget to like, subscribe, share. Archie, Frank, Quincy Bowl TV. Peace.
Out.